Now, the Legend of Zelda games are actually quite broken in a lot of ways, both the old N64 games, as well as the most recent entries. Throughout the years, we have seen a ton of examples of this in speedruns from Ocarina of Time to the Wind Waker HD. Glitches and tricks that completely break the game, take you to a whole new location, completely change values, and a lot more. However, which ones are the most useful yet hardly known tricks in speedruns? And what can they achieve? Well, that's what we're going to find out today in our top 5 most useful glitches in the Legend of Zelda series. Let's start right away. Number 5. Getting from point A to B as fast as possible has always been an important thing in the speedrunning community. You're trying to get the best time after all. So of course, people began experimenting with the game, trying to manipulate it in order to become faster. One glorious and very effective way of doing this is the extended super slide. There are various ways of doing this, for example rolling into a bomb and shielding. All you're essentially doing is manipulating the momentum and using it to your advantage. It's similar to the super slide, except you're able to change direction and use C buttons during it, giving it a lot more utility. A normal ESS is about half as fast as a super slide, but slightly faster than backwalking. And a hyper endless super slide has the same speed as a super slide, which is extremely useful. These variants are used quite a lot in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask speedruns, and certainly make short work of long distance travel. Besides that, it also looks quite weird, because Link is just standing there doing nothing, but moves incredibly fast. It's certainly a very handy trick and isn't even that hard to pull off. We will link a video in the upper right corner about the Ocarina of Time speedruns, so if you want to know more, then go there.
Number 4. Now, both the N64 Zelda games, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, are extremely popular games to run. Because of this, a ton of tricks have been found in these games, and one of them even skips an entire dungeon. At the very start of the Great Bay Temple for Majora's Mask, you can pull off a trick that will take you to the final boss straight away. When you enter the dungeon, right at the very start when you get off the turtle, you can clip through the ramp using a bomb and perform a recoil flip to make your way to the boss room. By using this glitch, you can skip the entire temple in about a minute, and since this one isn't very popular, it's certainly handy. Besides that, it's quite crazy that a bomb is enough to get you out of bounds, giving you the option to reach the final boss right away as loading zones are always present. And it also saves a ton of time in almost every category of Majora's Mask speedrunning. Number 3. Now, in the Wind Waker, you sail across the ocean to get from point A to B, which can take a long time. So just like in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, people wanted to skip the process of using the boat to get around. And so, super swimming was born. In the original version, this is a glitch in the game that involves getting the game in a state called storage. In the HD version, however, Link rapidly accelerates while we are in the first-person mode and hold the stick back slightly, building up speed. This happens due to a glitch of the ability to move in the first-person mode, which wasn't possible in the original Wind Waker and was never addressed when porting the game to the Wii U. It's used to skip sailing and can be used to cross the entirety of the Great Ocean in a much shorter period of time than was intended. Some islands and locations even have a hard time loading correctly before you run into them. This already shows how fast Link is going. This trick alone saves you countless hours of sailing and essentially doing nothing in a boat. Speedrunners were certainly happy with this one. Number 2. Now, besides the super swim, Wind Waker has more crazy glitches that you can pull off. One of them, skipping yet again a huge section of the game. Around Hyrule Castle is a huge barrier, and this stops you from going to Ganondorf to finish the game. However, there is a way to get past it. And this literally broke the internet. It was believed to be impossible, however, by applying a two-step process and using the super swim glitch in the HD version, called item sliding, you can get past it. After years of puzzling and messing around, they finally found the answer, and it took them around 4 years. Now, using this glitch, you can get past the barrier in less than 30 seconds, which is even a lot faster than watching the cutscene after completely upgrading the Master Sword. And when you see it for the first time, it might seem a bit weird, because at first you get in between the two layers of the wall, and then all of a sudden Link pops out on the other side. The reason why it does this is because you use the speed from the item slide. That's why it looks like it happens in a flash, because you have a ton of speed. This is for sure one of the most breaking and important glitches in the Legend of Zelda speedrunning community. Or rather for the HD community, as this trick still isn't possible in the original Wind Waker. If you want to know more about the item slide, super swim and barrier skip, then click the video in the upper right corner that we made with Linkus 7.
Number 1. Now for our final glitch, we will look at one of the most insane and broken things ever seen in the world of Zelda. Wrong warping. In Ocarina of Time, the game starts off in Kokiri Forest, and the first dungeon is the inside of the Great Deku Tree. At the end of it all, there's a warp that would bring you back to the big tree himself, and he would give you the spiritual stone. However, by manipulating this warp, you can change where it drops you off. And the one seen at the start of the game can take you to the very end of it all. Now, how this glitch works is kind of complicated, and there are a lot of things involved. So, if you want a good explanation on how this glitch works, then look in the upper right corner and click on the any % world record video about Ocarina of Time that we did some time ago. This glitch is known as Ganondorf and takes you to a cutscene at the top of Ganon's tower, which is set in the adult section of the game, but this time you're there as a kid. The only thing left to do is get out of the crumbling tower and defeat Ganon in his beast form. Surprisingly enough, all of this works, and you can actually beat the game as a kid. Because of all of this, the world record speed for any % for this game, at the moment, is just 17 minutes and 9 seconds. Clearly quite an insane and weird glitch that changed the speedrunning landscape for good. The question is though, was it a good one? Thanks for watching everybody, I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, then click the annotations on the screen right now and in the upper right corner. And be sure to leave us a lovely like. And you can always suggest us any other topics that we should cover in the videos.